Restart that. Hello, everyone, and this is Reggie, your Encompass rep. Oh, got the glasses off so you don't get a glare. So today I was supposed to have a manufacturer on today. Unfortunately, that person had a scheduling conflict, so we got to reschedule my guest, but still got some really, really good content for y'all. Today I'm going to talk about best practices when it comes to dryer repair. So I got a couple of different dryer models up, and so any of y'all know dryers hasn't really changed a lot at all. So they're very universal. So I thought I used that as picked that as a subject to talk about. So thank you all for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That tells the YouTube algorithm that this is a show worth watching. Also, I stream on 3 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So welcome all that's viewing from those platforms. So if you have, let me get comfortable. If you're new to the channel, this is the Power Block. 3 YouTube channels, 1 powerful block of appliance industry talk. And so basically how this show works is you listen to me for till 7:30, and then you go over to Moni in the middle, Mona Sims with SSG Appliance Academy. And then you go, and at 8 o'clock, you go over to the OG running anchor, Mike Sneed. So let's go to, also got to mention, I'm going to hear myself. I look excited today. If you are a servicer and you buying parts on Amazon, you walking into the store, you paying the same amount that a DIYer is paying. Encompass has your back. Excuse me, I'm out of order. Encompass has your back. If you look in the description of this video, there is a link, and that link is for you to sign up for a wholesale account through Encompass. Encompass is one of the country's largest part supplier, and the most diverse part supplier in the country. The number 1 when it comes to that, I'll tell you that. So sign up for account, and unlike our competitors, we do not ask for blood samples or EIN numbers and all that other stuff. Basically, we just need you to be a servicer. So if you're buying multiple parts a month, you're a servicer. So click on the link. If you have any questions, my information is plastered all over the screen. All right. So let's go to screen share Kung Fu, and I'm going to show you, kind of do a little bit of breakdown on what the block is about. Hang on. So, first off, gotta tell you about virtual training. So all of us on the block basically do some form of training. Encompass training is virtual, and the virtual training really keeps your pencil sharp, teaches you about the newer appliances. There is no way you'll leave out of the virtual training and not learn something. If you scroll down, you'll see our schedule here. You can take a screenshot of that or come back and look at that. I'll put a link down in the description too. And so, yeah, you'll want to get in on virtual training, especially if you're an OG, you're a veteran in the appliance repair business, or you want to dabble, right? Let's say you want to learn a little bit what was R600 about. Our virtual class is only $25, and it's a 2-day course. So so the $25 covers the whole 2 days. So anyway, any questions on that? Information is down on the screen. So after my block, you go to Moni's block. Moni in the middle. If you go to the description, there's a Linktree link. In that link, it shows myself, shows Moni, Mike Sneed, and you can click to go to their channels after my block. SSG Appliance Academy is a state certified school. She has done the work to be held accountable by the state. So this is a legit, real deal program. Y'all go check out the website or talk to Mona Sims after my block. And then you go to the OG, man. It's hard to find anybody who hasn't heard of Mike Sneed, who hasn't attended Appliance Bootcamp. Mike Sneed has hands-on. He has virtual. And one thing I love about Mike, man, he will keep you in business. His content actually teaches you the business side of appliance repair also. And he also tells you about his other hustles, right? Because sometimes you kind of get burned out or things get, you kind of want a different, get out of the routine, especially, those of y'all has been doing this for like 20 years, whatever. You kind of, you want to do something a little different. Mike Sneed, man, that dude got ice cream business, all kind of stuff, man. Garage door opener. So y'all check Mike out 8 o'clock if y'all have any questions on that. Also, so when I think we all got this gripe, right? Especially us in the appliance business, especially when you get into the business and you find out, like, you go into like repair a lid switch that takes 30 minutes and you charge, I don't know, $250, right? You'd be like, man, that took 30 minutes. I didn't get dirty. I wasn't sweating out in the sun. I wasn't shoveling, dirt. And you're like, man, everybody should know about this. Man, they should teach skilled trades, man. People should. It exists. It's been existing. It exists for a while. It's called Skills USA, our CAT program. This program supports the skilled trades and supports appliance repair. So y'all check out the website here, skillsusa-rcat.com, and just check them out. Get your support, donate your time. If you know a program in your area, if you a school that's teaching appliance repair, let them know about the Skills USA program. It's like the Olympics for appliance repair. It is awesome, and it puts us on the map, right? Because the more opportunities there is, the bigger our business grows. And it definitely puts food on the table. So, any questions? Feel free to. Let me go check out the comments. I haven't even got them up. Sorry, y'all. Jeez. All right, here we go. BK from the Rockies, what's up, brother? Like, share, subscribe. Let me boom. Untamed Kango, what's going on? Good evening. And Facebook user, you got to click on the link so StreamYard will show your name. You give StreamYard permission to show your name. And then you show up as Facebook user. I think for your link, I need it. All right, so you got a question about your Encompass account? Give me a call or send me an email. Let's see who else we got. Tim Burdick. Tim said the schedule is changing on the virtual classes, so stay updated. So what I'm gonna do, Andre G, how's it going? I take advantage of the training, but it is in the middle of the workday. There's morning trainings there. Facebook user, be sure to get Facebook permission to use your name. So let's go back to Screen Share Kung Fu and check out. Boom. Yeah, let me 1 second here. And show. Come on. I feel like I'm back in the 90s when you click and you gotta wait like 5 minutes before it responds. Um, okay, so wrong one. And so y'all read Tim Burdick's comment here. All right, oops, I keep pulling up the wrong tab. Man, I gotta start doing these the block in the morning, man. My mind is fresh. Here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the link for our virtual training in the comments. Y'all click and to stay updated on what's going on with the virtual training. Um, Also, if you have any questions, let me know. Yep. So in our virtual training, if y'all don't already know, if you've been hiding under a rock, the Oracle of appliance repair. If a tech sheet was a person, it would be Tim Burdick. So you are learning from the best. Uh, Tim has worked for, has his own business. I mean, was worked for a bunch of major manufacturers and training. So you're learning from the best. So, unlike some training programs where you get a guy that's been doing it for 20, 30 years that's sharing his knowledge, no knock to those guys. But to be a professional trainer is just a new level and a new level of learning. So definitely hop aboard and take advantage of that. What's up, Houston? If you look, if you're watching from Facebook, you scroll in the description. It should be a link in there for you to show your username. Houston, yep. So, but yeah, but the StreamYard only shows your name as Facebook user unless you click the permission. So anyway, all right, let's roll forward. And so this week I should tell you where I'm at. So this week, I am actually I was planning on going to Savannah, but I had to got some family things going on, so I ended up staying here this week. And so yeah, so hanging out in Georgia this week. Even though I know sometimes I see the background, I could be hours away. I could be in Alabama. But I am in Georgia. I'm at home actually. This is a green screen, so y'all know. Cool though, right? Have my way. I should get like a Star Wars one. That'd be dope. So anyway, let's talk about dryers, right? So if like one question I usually do when I interview folks, Dave, hey, what's up, Dave Proctor? When I usually interview folks, one question I used to ask is, if you had to choose one appliance to sell or to work on, what would it be? So asking that question to myself. So if I was put out in the street with only a wrench in my drawers, right? Well, that'd be kind of weird, right? So anyway, I'm put out in the street and all I got is my tools. What appliance would I choose to survive? It will be a dryer. It will be a dryer all day. For me, reason why I say that is uh, dryers are so easy to work on. They're sensitive, right, because of the fire. The concern of being of fires, and so you got a lot of fuses that usually go off. You've got dryers don't really like a car gets an oil change every 3 months. A dryer or appliance in general does not get maintenance until something's wrong. So it's going until it breaks. It literally runs until the wheels fall off, right? Literally. Yeah, if I had to pick my poison, man, it will be dryers all day. If you're flipping, they're easy to transport. Um, Easy to get. I tell a story all the time where I went and visited my brother in Missouri, right? And my nephew picked me up, and we had some time to kill, right? And so, because my brothers are working, and my nephew in this Missouri, everything's like 2 hours away for some reason. So, so we had some time to kill. And I asked my nephew about his future. I said, "What are you trying to do?" He said, "Man, I'm going to welding or something like that." I said, "Oh," I said, "You should really look into appliance repair." And at the time, I wasn't working for Encompass; I was flipping. And so I said, "You should look into doing appliance repair." I said, "Man, it's great money, and repeat business is awesome too, because you go fix one appliance, there's gonna be like five or more waiting on you." And so I said, let's do this. I said, "You got some time?" He said, "Yeah." So let's flip one. And so I went on my phone and looked up Facebook Marketplace, and I found a dryer. And this is music to my ears, y'all. When I'm about to say, y'all know what I'm talking about. The ad said, "Getting rid of the dryer because it takes 2 to 3 cycles to dry clothes." Right? What does that mean? What does that mean? Take 2 to 3 cycles. It's not the dryer in most cases, right? It's a restriction in the vent going to the outside. I mean, it's either, what do we say? A birdcage. Reginald Dave Sr., I see you now. I see your name. It's either a restriction in the vent hose, a bird's nest, the lint screen hasn't been changed, right? Or the lint screen, especially, I've learned to never ask a customer if they change the lint in the lint screen, because what happened is, but excuse me, they'll say, "Oh yeah, all the time." Hang up the phone with you, go pull that lint screen, and that stuff be so thick it rolls up in there and stays there, and so to come out is squeaky clean, and then they put it back, right? You show up, and first thing I do when I go look at it dry, I'm on autopilot. I pull that lint screen out. Even if I'm in the store and seeing a new one, it's autopilot. I pull that lint screen out and look at it. And you're like, "Oh, it's clean. Okay." Right. And then so you do all this troubleshooting. And then at some point, you take the air duct off, you see that lint in there. And you're like, "Oh, that's the problem." So anyway, it can save a lot of trouble. So I don't even tell the customer that before I get there, because I want to see it for myself. So yeah, back to my story. A squirrel moment. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, to keep show the algorithms that this is quality content. Support the block by liking and subscribing. Let me leave comments in a second. See you, Sean. I see you. So anyway, long story short, my nephew, we went and picked the dryer up. $40 is a Whirlpool dryer, just like the one on the screen. $40. Took it back to his house. I showed him exactly what I'm about to tell y'all. Everything I tested and everything I cleaned, I do it religiously. I can do it blindfolded. Dryer worked. We cleaned it out, ready to go. He sold it 3 days later. In some cases, don't even take that long, for $240. I believe he's 19 years old. I can't give what ages. Like 19 years old. He's out of high school, so 19. But a $200 net to a 19-year-old is like $1,000, right? To a 19-year-old that lives at home, right? Just out of high school. And that's the beauty of appliance. So that's why I will pick dryers over anything else, right? So let's go to, my example. Show you my example. So my example is going to be this Whirlpool dryer. I'm gonna go over that with you. So I'm gonna go over what I usually do to maintenance these things for flippers. This is also good content if you are I do have do-it-yourselfers and just overall non-technicians on my channel too watching. So I'm gonna show you how to what to check, what to look at in your own dryer to keep it running and to keep it healthy. And for repair technicians, right? How to troubleshoot. And then I'm going to go over, hopefully we do all this with time, right? I'm going over LG front loader. In my personal opinion, this is my opinion, a lot of these things are designed the same, just stuff in different places, right? The front loader's got what I call a shotgun heating element. And so I'm going to go over that. And then I'm going to go over a GE dryer. So I'm gonna go over that too. So I need some water, and I'm out. I'm dry. Excuse me. So yeah, excuse me if I cough a little bit. So let's get started. And old Whirlpool Halo dryers have a very sensitive high limit thermostat that kick. So I'm gonna show Sean's comment. Very good, very good. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Um, so Whirlpool dryers. The nice thing about Whirlpool dryer. Oh, also to add on to what I would only work on, I'm gonna say Whirlpool dryers. If I pick a dryer, because guess what? A Whirlpool dryer, most of it can be fixed without removing the drum. You turn it around, all the business is right there, right? So in this case, this is a Whirlpool dryer. So if you look at where my cursor is, hang on one second. Let me blow this up. Let me blow it up. See, I should do this stuff. Trying to remove all this other stuff. Okay, I don't know. All right, let's keep going. I'll figure it out next time. The comment. All right, so here, number one is your air duct. Let's see if we can get a blow up of that. It's called a chute. So I kind of come up with my own names for things. So we all call them different stuff, right? So this is a chute. And keep in mind, before anyone has a heart attack, the prices on the screen are retail pricing. To know the price of what you for you, look on log into your account, right? So if you don't have an account, look in the description, sign up for an Encompass account. Countries number one, diverse inventory in a available inventory in the country. So this is the chute. So this is what I was talking about. So if you look here, this is where that lint trap goes into, the lint screen goes into, and that usually right here, like around this section here, you can see that that will fill with lint. You have lint on the edge here, but if they don't change that lint screen and it's so thick, it rolls up. It'll roll up all in here. It'll hide back here or hide down here. So when you are refurbishing a dryer, when you are servicing a dryer, you should always, 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 always remove this chute on a Whirlpool dryer. On the older ones, what we call brown tops, you actually got to unscrew some of the frame to get that out because the frame is in the way. But there's two like screws, I think 5/16 screws or 7/16 screws that you have to remove. And it just not the whole thing, so it moves. I'll do a diagram of that on another show. So anyway, we've got here on a Whirlpool. Down here, you get a lot of lint. You'll see pencils down here. So this is upside down here in this picture. But you'll see pencils down here, and this is where the blower wheel is. So yeah, so if you hear a loud noise, woo, sometimes something's stuck in here hitting it, right? And basically enters through here. So if you're looking through the drum, this will have it'll be holes here, and usually pencil stuff pop through there, nails, all kind of stuff, and it'll end up down here, right? So always clean that out. It's a great presentation for your customer because the first thing you do is say, "Hey, where's your garbage can? I need to dump this in there," right? Then, oh, so you're adding value to your service by showing them, like, man, you took that apart and cleaned it out, awesome, right? So let's try to go back here. Try to hit some comments. Yeah, BK from the Rockies, 2 to 3 cycles, get her cleaning done. That's right. Agree, dryers are my baseline for appliance repair. Yeah, man. On days you don't feel like going out and doing nothing, you get a call for a dryer. You're like, I guess I'll do that. Okay, I'll knock that out. You know what I mean? It's no worries. You know. Compare to somebody say a washer's leaking. You're like, oh, that could be anything, right? So the high limit thermostat kicks the heating element once it reaches 170 Fahrenheit on the halo of heat models, since the heating element is at the very front. Another thing is Maytag Halo of heating dryers uses V belts and pulleys from the drum drive system. Literally will take decades for V belts to wear out and the shutdowns. Yes. That's another thing too is when a belt, let's talk about belts. When a belt breaks, if you look at a belt, it is rubber, cloth, metal. That thing is heavy duty, man. It ain't just like, people say, oh, belt broke, it's rubber. No, it is very, very heavy duty. So if it breaks, something caused it. I mean, sometimes they break just a break, right? You get dry rot or conditions, right? If a dryer is sitting in a storage unit for a long time, that belt has formed the way it is. And so, you might get that might cause a break. It might cause a slick spot on the dryer when it's turned on. Or if it's overweight, that pulley is going to be moving. It'll create a slick spot on that belt and burn it out, and that can cause it. Or sometimes it just catches, right? So actually, I got a good thing, something we should really talk about. Let's talk about the belt tensioner on these things. Let's find one. Let's find the belt tensioner. So, and this is awesome. So this is Encompass website. Here you can, one thing that makes it so unique, man, is you can click on the part. Instead of going over here and searching, man, you save your step, man. Each step saved is so valuable. See what Sean. If you look at the pictures of the Maytag Halo and dryer, off. It makes a design engineering. You find it out. Yeah, give me a model number, man. You can find me a model number, Sean. That'll be dope. Or I'll put it on the next show. So anyway, let's go to the pulley, the belt tensioner pulley. It's probably on the motor, right? Nope, it's right here. Is that it? No, that's not it. Hang on, it's probably on the bulkhead. It is the bulkhead. Am I overlooking it? See, I'm trying to do this without glasses, man, so I don't have to glare. Okay, hang on. It's probably here. All right, so this right here, man, this thing. So the idler pulley, right? This is the good one. Let me know your opinion. But y'all know the one that's not like this. It has a slide on it. It almost looks like the same one that you see on the GE front load tub bearings with the slide. I almost always replace it with this, especially if it's a broken belt issue. Yeah, this thing is. I've never seen one of these go bad. I've never seen them squeak, and it's amazing when like newer designs come out and you have problems. Like the Samsung belt tensioner had them issues. I'm looking at this like, man, this thing never went bad. Like I never even seen it like wear out or anything. So yeah, Bravo or Whirlpool, this thing needs to stay forever. But yeah, this belt tensioner, but they had one where the belt slid and wasn't a wheel. And that thing, I used to always see broken belts on those. So let's go back. And don't forget to like, subscribe. If you do not have an Encompass wholesale account, get your parts at wholesale. And I mean, those, if you're taking this business serious, you want to be with a quality supplier, OEM parts, man. Oh, don't gamble. Stay with OEM, y'all. Especially you flippers out there. I know it's tempting. So we got that. So I want to show that. I'm on the wrong one. Another upgrade. I'm gonna do a little squirrel moment here. This cover, right? Let's talk about this cover here. This is probably one of the least undervalued upgrade part there is. There are so many dryers without that cover because people either move to try to change the wire themselves, and put the cover back, and that is so dangerous. 240 volts is enough to stop your heart. And somebody reaching back, they drop some clothes back there, somebody reach back to grab it, and it's game over. So this cover is very, very important. and the easiest upsell you'll ever make. And so if you ever go to repair a dryer, highly recommend upselling. This is truck stop. This one, and there's another one for the older dryers. That's more of a triangular shape, but this is truck stop because I know y'all feel me on this one. Where when I log into my account, yeah, that's odd, Dave Reginald. If it says NA on your parts, send me an email, man. Send me an email because even if you don't have an account, it shows prices. So that's odd. So that is like the easiest upsell you ever come across. And so that $29 is retail, not wholesale. So if you have an Compass account, you log in, you get your parts at wholesale pricing. So that will be a suggested price to $29 for your customer, plus installation. So all right. So now this is the part I was telling you about here where oh, I don't have that. We don't have that. Yeah, nobody will really stock this, I guess. But this little bulkhead piece here. I've seen dryer sheets here clog this up. So this is where the air exits the dryer. Over here is where the heat element it enters the dryer through the heating element. And I've seen dryer sheets stuck here causing fuses to pop. Right. So your truck stock, highly recommend your heating element. And let's go over these fuses real quick. I'm gonna tell you a trick that I know a lot of y'all OGs probably know this trick already. Hang on. Come on. Dryer heat, high limit. Yeah. No, that's not the high limit I was looking for. But so I got a video on my channel on these high limits. So this is the one that's on a heating element. So this regulates the heat in the heating element, right? That's actually really good. That's retail. That's a good price for a fuse, OEM fuse. So this regulates the heat, turns the heat element off and on. Because as you should know, the heat element just don't stay on to the clothes dry. That would be a fire hazard. It regulates a particular temperature, and so how you test that fuse? How I tested it was I will always have a lighter in my tool bag, and so at room temperature, this element is on. You'll have continuity. Right? Wait, am I right? It's been a while since I did this. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you have continuity. But you put fire to it. Yeah, it has continuity. And then you put fire to it, and you'll hear a click. And when you hear that click, you should not have continuity. And that's similar to the heat element coming on, it hitting that temperature that it hits and disconnecting the power source to the heating element. And then once it cools down, it clicks again and you have continuity. So that's how you test that fuse. And sometimes you'll hear a click, or you never hear a click, and you had that lighter on there for 60 seconds and it still ain't clicking. That this is probably bad. And when this goes bad, usually I've almost never seen it go bad in a disconnect. Disconnected. I've always seen it go bad when it's connected. And I'm assuming those points in there. I'm assuming those points in there fuse together. The connectors in there fuse together, and so what happens is it stays on, right? And so what will happen if it stays on? That heat element stays on, it overheats, but there's a backup. Hang on. There's a redundancy, I think that would be the correct words. Oh man, I might not get to my other two dryers. I only got 10 minutes. I didn't think I spent all the time on one dryer. So let's go back. I'm thinking waiting for all these things to click. Hello, dear. Let me ask your son to see the right answer. Oh yeah, my boys. If my boys can fix it, man, they'll run circles. My 8 and 10-year-old, they will run circles around some of y'all. Watch out now, don't Williams boys. They not fix a dryer. Y'all see my videos. Them boys ain't no joke. So let's go over these fuses. So we got this. That's not it. Where is it? Where are you? Where's the high one? Let's check this one. I cannot see thermal cutoff. Okay, well, this is both of them. Oh, that's perfect. So now this is the kit. So this thermal cutoff. So this is the one I say we test with fire. EJ, lean on your rep. What's up, brother? So this thermal cutoff. Here's a secret. Here's a secret. Do not abuse it, man. I almost don't want to tell y'all. This is resettable. This fuse here is resettable. Now, don't reset it and charge your customer because it's like a smoke detector. You don't just, if a smoke detector goes off, you don't walk past all the smoke and take the battery out, right? It means something. It's a check engine light. So this fuse is resettable. You can bang it on the ground. This is, now if you're doing a repair, just replace it. Just replace it. But if you need to test other components, you can slap that sucker on the ground and it resets. The shotgun elements do have one. I believe Bosch has one with an actual button that you reset. I can see how that can be a problem because if a customer finds out about that, they would be pressing the heck out of that thing and not troubleshooting nothing else. But yeah, so this is the smoke detector for when this one goes bad. Or if there is a restriction somewhere and that drum just starts to overheat, something's overheating, that will that's your backup. So boom, that's a quick tip. But it's always best to just replace, but sometimes you need to learn these little tricks to go on to the next step and to troubleshoot other things. So let's quickly move forward here into got to post my man EJ comment. Bam. Where's it showing? There you go. Oh, there you go. So now we're gonna go over to LG, right? This LG dryer. Again, technology has not changed that much on dryers. So when people will be like, "Oh, should I get a new one?" Well, yeah, you get all new parts, I guess, but the technology has not changed. So when people talk about they'll make them like they used to, I don't know if that play the dryers or not. With the LG dryer, now with these dryers, the biggest thing probably, these are easy upcharges for cleaning, right? Because the floor of these things are almost always completely covered with lint. What to credit that to? Maybe the seal around the drum tub is weak, or the air filter, the blower, is not a perfect seal. Restrictions. There's all kind of environmental hazards, right? Now, talking about resetting a fuse, this one, I don't think you can reset it, and I wouldn't, just because it's a pain getting these things off. Yeah, you can take the Kenmores. The Kenmores have a panel at the bottom you can take off and access everything. Thank you, Whirlpool, for that. But with these dryers, I almost always just take the whole thing apart. It's just not worth. You can reach in. I learned a long time ago. Like, if you got cut hands, right, it's probably because you don't take these things apart. Because you're trying to reach in and feng shui your fingers a way they don't bend and contort them to take stuff apart, and got these adjustable wrenches and all. Man, just take that thing apart. You do yourself and your customer a favor. Even if you're flipping these things, flipping or repair techs out there, take the dryers apart, man, because you're gonna look at the rollers. The rollers gonna be bad. Almost always. Now this is just how I did things. I almost always lubricated the rollers, but now it's highly debatable in the appliance community, right? Some people just do a dry, right? They say, oh, because I know brushed nickel, usually you can put metal on metal maybe, but I don't think these things are brushed nickel. But some people use grease, which you should never, never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever do. Uh, but here's my secret. Reggie, not the incompetent rep, Reggie the flipper. I will take motor oil, very light now, because some of the rollers are over the motor. You don't want to, or the heating element. You don't want to drip that stuff on there. So lightly I put motor oil on the shafts, and reason for that is because motor oil is designed for high heat, designed to bond to metal, and so that was my weapon of choice when it came to rollers. But take that thing apart, man. These elements, everything you need is on the element. Let's click on the element. And hey, y'all, don't forget, hit the like button while you're here. That's the cost of admission to the power block. Don't forget to hit the like button. So this is one of those three. Yeah. So so you have the I call it heat regulator, the thermostat. And you have your high limit thermostat on here, right? Directly on the element. I'm a huge fan of restringing, not the three, but the Kenmore. I'm a big fan of restringing. Just as a tech, it was just easier to carry a restring kit with me than it was a huge element, right? So the LG dryers, these shotgun dryers, the front load dryers, whatever you want to call them. Keep in mind, anybody just joining us, that is a retail price. Don't forget to sign up for an Compass account. If you have one, you can log into your account to see actual wholesale pricing. So these LG dryers, great for flipping, because you can get at least $300 for them. If you get a matching washer that does not have a bad bearing, spider bearing, you get at least $700-800. And this is pre-COVID. This is when I was in the game pricing. So y'all probably getting double that nowadays. But yeah, the LGs does not have a panel underneath. I don't believe. Maybe it does. Let's see. Does it have a panel? Some of them do. Some of them don't. I gotta click on this. Now I'm curious. But I know they had a line there, not an actual panel. Okay, yeah, I guess it does. Some of them had a line. No, that one doesn't. But some of them have a line there, and they'll have an actual access panel. Some of them don't. But a lot of the LGs I know had the main board was an issue. Sometimes the touch panel, the control panel was an issue. But very, very rare did I go out and have to repair an LG dryer. But they were definitely out in the flipping market because the washers, you had the issues with the spider bearings. So I'm sorry, I was talking about boards and control panel. I was actually talking about the washer, not the dryer. So anyway, that's usually the biggest issue with the felt on the dryer drum sometimes goes bad. I know Samsung had a problem with some of their drums that was actually cracking. But that and just cleaning it out, man. The almost always clean out this little lint trap right here. Took that apart and cleaned it out. So it looked like I'm not gonna be able to get to the GE because we are out of time. But real quick on the GE, usually this element sometimes will go bad. And when I notice this element will go bad on the GEs, number one, I love this design. I feel it's like more of an even heat, right? I feel, I love it. But this usually go bad, but I know it flicks off and on, right? And so you definitely check the fuses first. But when this element goes bad, it usually doesn't stay on very long. That's one thing I noticed during my career. So anyway, that's my show. And that's the end of Screen Share Kung Fu. On your way out the door, y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Also the bell notification so you are aware the next time I'm on. Most importantly, we are your business partners. Not only do we supply you OEM parts, we give you training. We've got Encompass Day. If any of y'all is back here in April for our open house, which is now being called Encompass Day, it was something to see. It was a lot of training, a lot of networking. The appliance community, you came out. So we're going to do it for you once again this fall. It's called Encompass Day. Make sure y'all stay in touch with me. My email's in there. You can reach me on Facebook. You can at least reach me on LinkedIn. If you need any contact information from me, feel free to reach out to me. All right. So next, y'all go into my description, click on the link, and go over to Mona Sims SSG Appliance Academy for the second half of the block. And also, next time you think about parts, appliance repair, anything, or just your business in general, one important thing you got to do, lean on your rep.